Hi, and welcome to NMA Radio. I'm Nix.
I am Minty.
And I'm Alien.
And welcome to episode number 1. We're your hosts, and today we are going to be talking about who we think the My Hero Academia traitor is.
Let's get it. I'm so excited.
1?
Holy crap.
What was the previous episode? 0.5?
Episode 0. We're not the Lion King.
Well, the last one was episode 0, so this is episode 1.
Was it? You could see.
Huh?
What?
I didn't even know it was episode 0.
Did you, not even read the title?
No.
Okay, well, this just said Rihanna doesn't actually care, so we're looking for a new person to fill the
Stop!
role.
You made that joke last time. You can't do it again.
I swear we're going
I'm
to
gonna keep making it
replace every episode.
That's our new meme. All right, so who we're talking about today, so y'all can get salty in the comments or whatever. All right, Principal Nezu, Aizawa, President Mike, 13, Aoyama, Mina, and Monoma. And here's the thing. There will be spoilers. I'm not caught up yet. So most of it will be coming from the other two, not me. So there's
we don't
that.
want to spoil you, so we'll try.
No, it's okay. Here's the thing. I've gone through the wiki. I'm fine.
Well, honestly,
I know who dies. I know who's alive. I know who's dying.
Dying?
Oh my.
Well, okay. Oh, dear. Okay.
We knew that from the first season.
I know.
Honestly, as far as manga spoilers, at least in my notes, there's not much. There's mentions of certain events, but not actual straight up spoilers. So we should be good. I'll if there's anything major, I'll just be manga spoiler, and then I'll say it.
Yeah. Also, I recommend people read the manga.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm almost caught up. It's really fucking good. I'm also eating popcorn.
Dude.
It's like a movie.
Chapter 214.
Nope, I'm not that far yet.
I'm not gonna say anything, but chapter
you.
214, chapter 214,
I'm almost there.
Chapter 214 are so fucking good.
I'm on chapter 194.
Jesus.
Oh, so you're pretty close.
I've been fucking speed reading. Oh shit, we're gonna get demonetized, I swore.
We were never monetized to begin with.
One day we will be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with Principal Nezu. Personally, so I'm in my own probability scale. And it's from extremely low to extremely high, and I'm placing Nezu at about a medium.
Personally, I don't think it's him.
You don't think it's anyone. Fuck you.
I said, we'll get to it. We'll get to that. I said who I think it's going to be, but it's only 2 of the people you mentioned.
Yeah,
but I just don't think it's the principal because...
No, we're going to get into that in a second. Shut up. Bree, what do you think?
Fucking damn it.
I don't think it's him. I think there's the slight possibility, but I just don't think it's him. Based on a writing standpoint, I don't think it would work.
Yeah, it would. Here's the thing. That's why I put him at a medium. Had we not had the internalized monologue, we've talked about this before separately.
Yeah.
It probably would have been a lot higher on my list, but actually has some really good reasons as to why. So.
Should we go through our reasons for and against just so people can hear them?
Well, I don't have reasons against. I just have reasons for.
Okay, well, I have both, so here we go.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Bree sent us in the chat a video, and it's nice Google Doc columns on pro and con, and I'm like, you can't find it. And it's red ink was Nezu, 4 bullet points, probability, medium.
I mean, it's easier to type it.
and then there's me with no research at all, because I'm just here to defend my characters that I like.
Well, I mostly wanted to do research on Present Mike because Becca's convinced it's Present Mike, and I wanted to do research on Monoma because I've started to think it might be him. So I just wanted to do extra research, so it just made sense for me to write it all in a Google Doc.
All right.
Shameless plug, because it is in this episode. If anyone wants to draw me a Racer Mike fan art, please DM it to me.
Okay, back to Principal
Nezu,
please.
Okay, back to Nezu.
Okay, so since you have reasons for being the traitor, do you want to say them first, Becca, and then I'll do the reasons against?
Yeah. All right. So basically, I don't even remember what season. I know it was season 2, but I don't remember what episode because I'm really bad at citing my stuff.
The same.
Yeah. So I almost did it by chapters, and I'm not going back through that crap. But basically, he was a lab experiment. That was stated pretty explicitly. Oh, it was during the finals. That's what it was. that he was basically a lab
That banana
experiment.
was really loud.
Oh.
Sorry, I just had to mention that.
So basically, I could see him having like a hatred towards people because of that. Because, you know, he was he's eating a banana. I can't.
It's my dinner, damn it.
But because of that, I can like see him being it because he's like, oh, okay, let's just fuck up all these kids' lives and their families. That would be cool.
But
And then also his quirk. I'm getting pointed at. I'm fucking.
no, he's talking to me because I'm trying to interrupt.
You can interrupt. I don't care what. But
no,
say
keep going, keep going.
Okay. And his quirk his quirk is high specs. So he can basically see different outcomes and chain of events to a degree. Not like Sir Night Eye. God bless him. May the Lord keep him safe. So he knows the outcomes, and this could lead to an easier form of manipulation. So he knows, oh, actually, you know, my group's going to come in at if I do X, Y, and Z. So if that happens, then, you know, I can protect my people. Protect my people being the students, which can lead to some help. I don't know how to articulate this well. I'm dying. And he does have the high position of power, which means he knows literally all the information from the cops, from the other teachers, from whatever's going on. So those are my like big reasons. And yeah.
Yeah. My only thing to add to that was like, from a writing standpoint, it'd also be a big blow, like to readers and to UA.
Yeah.
If the principal were to turn out to be the traitor. And he was one of the few teachers who knew where the training camp would be, so it could potentially be him. And because of his high specs quirk, it would make it very easy for him to figure out like ways to do it.
So the big point that they made about the traitor is that they had to know about where the training camp was.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts all of the teachers at suspect.
I think it was only that group of 4.
No, it's explicitly stated in that episode that only the teachers knew.
And the teachers and the Wild Pussycats.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Alexa played Despacito. Oh god, she turned on.
Wait, what?
My Alexa went off.
Oh. Okay, I misunderstood then. I thought it was only the 4 that were in the room when they had the conversation.
No, it's literally everyone knew where it was. Teacher-wise. That's why the list that I've been making, I've literally included all the teachers that we have some information we can gather.
Okay. Makes sense.
I think they mentioned too that the traitor would have something to do with the USJ incident, right? Where the villains first invaded the school. So the traitor has been around for a while.
Yeah, but as hard as we also have to keep in mind that oh my god, I'm not going to say his name correctly. Hero, that's all I can remember. Anyway, the author of My Hero Academia. Thank you. Okay. He forgot about the traitor arc. We have to keep this in mind while we're going through this. So he could have been dropping hints that we don't like that aren't actually hints. Because he forgot about it. So this has to be taken with a grain of salt. I feel like this is a disclaimer that should have happened beforehand, but I'm just thinking back on it now.
Well, okay.
He could possibly never come back to it. He could just fucking do that and get away with it.
I don't think he'd be able to get away with that. Especially now that it's been mentioned that he forgot. Because
everyone knows.
I can understand where he forgot because, like, granted, this was, like, in the first, like, 50 chapters of the manga, and we're in, like, 100 chapters now. But
that's why the suspicion of one of the students being the traitor is because it was established so early on, all the way back at the USJ incident.
Yeah.
When the students started.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no other things about traitors or anything. And the reason that they set up the dorms, too, is that they could try to sniff out a traitor among the students.
Mm-hmm.
Not just to keep a closer eye on them and to keep them safe, but to hopefully find a possible traitor.
Well, and I think that's what the biggest flaw is because they're assuming that it's a student and not another teacher. I'll get into this more when we get to present Mike because I touch on this a lot with mine because he has the most notes for me. But the thing is that they're only focusing on the students, and they only think it's one traitor. There'll be an episode later that we'll do where I actually talk about 2 characters that, to me, have to go together. because in the assumption that there could be a team. This is what's hard about this, is that people don't seem to take into account, like, it could just be, one traitor. Or it could be a whole group of traitors.
Or, like, people are also, like, often people forget the idea that it could also be an unwilling traitor. Like, someone has their family being held hostage, they're being blackmailed in some way, or maybe they originally chose to be the traitor and now they don't want to.
I would think if that was the case, though, they would show way more hints of that, like a student being guilty for some reason, or, you know what I mean?
No, it's because he forgot about it. Had he, no, I'm not even kidding.
Then that's on his part.
Yeah, that's my point. Had it not been forgotten about, we would have a lot more evidence and a lot more, we keep seeing this cutscene of parents, or we keep seeing this cutscene of a character talking to another character, but we can't quite make out the face. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So,
one thing I wanted to say was just that the thing with Horikoshi realizing that he'd forgotten about the traitor arc was recent, but not super recent. It was like within the past 6 months. So it is possible that he started to throw stuff back into the manga again, realizing he needs to work it back in some way, if he still plans to.
So something that I'm confused about, because when I first read through the manga, this was before season 4 started?
Season 4 hasn't started yet.
Oh, okay, season 3, I'm sorry. This was before season 3 started, and I was reading through the manga because I'm impatient. And we know what, what's her face? Toga. We know what Toga's quirk is, right? In the anime? They showed it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was her because they finally revealed who she was, and because she was disguising herself as a student.
See,
So that's why, because she infiltrated the school. So that's why I thought she's the traitor. She's the spy and shit.
I get where that could be seen from, but I don't think that's possible because the traitor probably came from USJ, and Toga wasn't a part of the League of Villains until after Stain.
Okay. So Toga,
you're right.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with Toga, we're going to have to. She's going to be another one we'll have to dedicate more of an episode towards, because there are possibilities with her, but it's hard because, like you're saying, she wasn't introduced until after USJ. So Nezu, we're all kind of split on this one, but for the most part, we're all kind of leaning more towards no. Correct?
Yeah. Let me give me reasons for why he can't be the traitor or should
Okay,
be
I'm going to make a list of people we think are most likely and people we think are least likely, just so we can do a recap at the end.
Yeah. Okay, so my reasons for him not being the traitor, basically, he's talked many times about how much he loves educating. Like, he's talked to All Might about it. Apparently, when I was reading the wiki, there was something in the manga where he apparently did an entire hour-long lecture about how to educate students on being a hero. He also has wanted to repeatedly set young villains on the right path. He seems very sympathetic to wanting to help them. Also, first-person narration in season 2, when they discuss the traitor for the first time, there is literally him thinking to himself about catching the traitor. It would not make sense from a writing standpoint to have a first-person narration of a character saying they want to catch the traitor if they're the traitor.
Plus,
it would be bad writing.
Plus, he has so many connections to heroes. All the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
If the principal of the USJ Hero School, or UA Hero School, sorry, I keep getting mixed up. The UA Hero School was doing suspicious stuff like that, someone would notice.
Exactly.
Then again, that's probably why they haven't found a traitor yet, but, still kind of a no for Nezu.
Yeah.
He also purposely misled the villains by talking about how they hadn't found them yet when Bakugo was kidnapped.
And that's what I was going to say. That was the biggest thing that would poke a hole in the fact that he would be, is because he already knew what was going on, but he thought the other side didn't have any plan. But then you could also look at it on the flip side, he wasn't informed as to what was going on. But there's two sides to every coin.
Yeah, and then my last reason is basically he's been close to All Might for many years and knows about One for All and All Might's condition.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of he's a very trusted friend of All Might's, and because he knows about One for All, it doesn't quite add up for him to be the traitor. Although I see where people come from when they say Nezu's the traitor, I just don't think it's him.
Yeah, because that's who the villains are going for, is All Might. So why would they go after him if Nezu, if he was the traitor
Trailer Park Nezu. Well, I mean, he's a mouse.
And Stop, you're making me lose track of my thoughts. Like he already has all that information. Why would there be a traitor if they want that information? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Hey, guys, I just want to say this really quick.
Oh.
Nezu's a furry.
God damn it.
I wish we had more backstory on him. Him with all the teachers.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays a part in the frickin' traitor, which we'll get to.
Yeah. All right. Who next is my sweet, precious baby boy?
Aizawa, also known as Eraserhead.
Also known as Daddy.
Oh, also, right now, immediate no. You can't. You can't. No. I like him, so he's not a traitor.
I love him. Okay. Also, ground rule of Regatta likes a character that can't be the traitor. We decided this in a group chat.
Well,
this has been established.
We'll get to that. I was gonna say
No,
that kind of defeats the purpose for Present Mike, but we'll see.
It's okay. My probability for Aizawa, because I'm jaded and I love him, is extremely low.
Yeah, because he's fucked up at the USJ event. He's attacked multiple times by villains, including Dobby, the Nomus, Shigaraki. You know, he's the teacher of the class, so he's an easy target. He's the first target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally all I have.
Yeah, what you got?
All I have for reasons for him to be the traitor is that he's outcasted by Hero Society because he is an underground hero. But that's only because
give a shit.
Right, that's the point. I was gonna say, and it's only because he doesn't give a shit and he hates the media, and those aren't good enough reasons.
Well, okay, I actually managed to come up with a couple reasons for him to potentially be the traitor.
Okay, let's hear it.
Pro and cons, man. I had to. Okay, so he dislikes the media. He said it before. He thinks it distracts him actually being a hero. People are caught up in the glam of it all, and they're not focused on actually being a hero. That could technically lean towards Stain ideology.
I was gonna say that's Stain ideology right there.
It could. I'm not saying it does, though. It could,
Stain.
It could also... Wait, what?
Our Lord and Savior Stain.
Lord and Savior.
You guys are saying stuff like that.
Died for our sins over here. He was also one of the teachers who knew where the camp was. And from a writing standpoint, finding out that the teacher is, like, the homeroom teacher is the traitor, it would be a huge hit point. It'd be a huge blow to UA as him being one of the teachers, but also a huge blow to fans. It would be like...
I would cry.
It would, like...
Everyone would cry.
Everyone would be betrayed as shit if it turned out to be.
And that's the whole point of the traitor.
Exactly.
It has to be someone where everyone sees him, you know, the author sees that everyone's a fan of that person, and you know, you have to make it feel like you're personally being betrayed. You know, that's how writing works.
Well, it doesn't always have to. It doesn't always have to. Sometimes it can just be someone who seems...
That's gonna be if it's some new character we haven't met yet, that's gonna be underwhelming as fuck.
People will get pissed off about that. But here's the thing with Aizawa. It's so improbable. I don't even know why I included him on this list, other than I know if this like picks up, people are going to get pissed off that we didn't mention him.
Yeah.
We all are like, no, there's no way in hell it could be him at all.
Right now.
Because fuck you.
I will turn out to be the traitor.
Literally, the only traitor quality I could see besides his hatred of media is the fact that his quirk can temporarily erase other quirks. But then I'm like, but that's not as good as Eri. And I'm like, whatever.
Just to put it out there so we can give, like, explicit reasons why we don't think it's Aizawa. He risked his life fighting the Nomu at the end of season 1 at the USJ attack. Like, literally almost fucking died. Had his, like, arm partially disintegrated, broke a lot of bones. He's scarred up from that shit. And he fought to protect students during the training camp arc as well against Dobby and other villains that showed up. He helped rescue Bakugo from the League of Villains. Also, manga spoilers, he helped with the invasion of Overhaul's Yakuza headquarters. He was there fighting.
He's been there every step of the way, helping people, rather than
like... Overhaul. I'm really upset about Overhaul.
Oof, I wish he had more. I feel like the arc ended too fast.
That was a really... Yeah, when I finished it, I'm like, wow.
It'll be drawn out in the anime.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
And then, honestly, he just genuinely seems to care about his students. It would just seem really out of character if he ended up being the traitor. Like, I mean, hell, manga spoilers for recent stuff. He's been helping Shinso. He's been helping Shinso to try to get him into the hero course.
I haven't even read that. I haven't read that far yet. But do you know how excited I was when I saw the actual panel? I'm like,
Yup.
I can't even process it. I was so excited. I'm like, yes, queen.
All right, who's next on our list?
Ooh.
Our hit list.
Oh, my babe, my other boy.
It's present, Mike.
I'm like crossing myself. Okay.
Oh boy, let's go. Let's get
Okay,
the water
this one might be a long one because I have a lot of shit against him, and I hate it because I love him so much.
Okay.
Okay, so Present Mike, I have mixed feelings about. It's not a definitive yes or no, but I gotta hear your guys' stuff first because you're the ones that did research.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm leaning more towards no. I'm leaning more towards the no. I mean, that's to be seen depending on what more we learn about him and what Becca has to say. But, like, I'll give you my reasons why he's not so Becca can give the reasons why he might be, and we can from there. He's the third-person narrator for the anime. Like, in the manga, obviously, it's just a third-person narration. But in the anime itself, he's the narrator. He talks about people's quirks and things like that. And so that tells me that the animators or directors had to have consulted with Horikoshi about this decision to figure out who was going to do it. Okay, but at that point, though...
Well, no, here's the thing. With that point, I feel like it's because he narrated the sports festival that they just decided to keep with that.
Well, yes, but Horikoshi would have said, no, I don't think it should be him. Maybe do this person. But Horikoshi said, yes, like, even if he'd forgotten about the traitor, he would have thought it would have occurred to him at some point, oh, wait, I was planning to use
That's an interesting point. I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's like...
It would be really strange to lose the narrator. Like, yeah, okay, like, we've had... Aizawa was the narrator for when they introduced Present Mike's quirk. But, like, it would just be so strange, and like, anime-wise, to lose the narrator like that. With that said, I do understand that it would be a huge blow and all, but it just would be a really weird thing to lose the narrator. Also... He loves the media. He has a radio show that broadcasts on Friday nights. Like, turning to the villains.
You fucking know the nights. I hate you.
What?
The wiki. I almost wrote down the name, and I'm like, that's irrelevant. I don't need to say the name of his radio show.
No, what's the name of his show? Go back.
I'd have to, like, actually go search the wiki again.
No.
I'll maybe another time. He absolutely loves the media. Like, that's like the cool thing about him and Aizawa is their friendship. Like, Aizawa hates the media, and like Present Mike knows that, and he makes sure that he mediates for it in a certain way. If he turned out to be the traitor, it would literally interrupt his life. He would no longer be able to be in the media, like, you know, doing what he does, being, you know, a host for things, doing his radio show. It would just... He wouldn't get to do the things that he has shown himself to love. Also, he doesn't show any personality signs of being a villain sympathizer at all. He doesn't even have the slightest bit that makes it seem that he could lean towards state ideology.
I think Becca's got something to counter.
I have something to counter every single thing you've said so far, and I'm holding my tongue.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
I got 2 more points. So, like, he, like, at least so far from what I've seen, now granted, I will admit, I did not read the first parts of the manga. I started from where season 3 ended off, and I started the manga from there. So if there's something in the manga that covers between season 1 to 3, I didn't see it. I only saw the anime for that. I am intending to go back eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it. Also, he was the one to point out the traitor, which can go both ways, I will admit. But because he was the one to point out the traitor, it would be really strange since nobody else was suspecting a thing. Why would he point it out? Why would he point out that there was a traitor?
Because that's always a common trope and shit like that.
Yeah.
True. I just, from a strategic point, it does not make sense that he would point out there's a traitor if no one was suspecting it.
Bree, I want to drag you so bad because you're a fan fiction writer.
Wow, way to out me. Way to fucking out me.
So Bree's Wattpad is insert name here.
I swear to God. I
don't even know your Wattpad. Okay, anyway. All right, are you done yet?
I was gone 5 seconds. You guys talking about Wattpad. What happened?
She outed me for being a fan fiction writer.
Oh.
With the self-insert OCs.
Not self-insert. Never self-insert, actually.
That's what they all say.
I swear to God, it's not self-insert.
All right. So are you done with your reasons as to why not?
Yes.
All right, because from here down, you guys can kind of see this. From here down, there's like
I
have
see
more
paper.
pages. All right, never mind. Then you can't see how cool my notes are. Okay. So I want to first start off with the fact that he called the idea of the traitor, and he couldn't defend himself. Now we know Nezu said the exact same thing.
Oh,
like,
that's right. Someone
shut the
called him
fuck up!
out too. I
Hold on.
forgot about that.
Yeah, and Nezu was like, "Well, I can't say I'm not the traitor, and neither can you. So just shut the fuck up." Basically.
Basically how it works.
And to me, like Rihanna was saying, that's a really common trope. And that was the biggest, like, to me, the red flag.
I'm not the traitor. Me on the background, like, laughing maniacally and evilly. Like,
yeah, basically.
Plot
like,
twist, Rihanna's the traitor.
No, plot twist, All Might's the traitor.
Holy shit.
I wanted to cover that so bad. I'm like, there's nothing.
No!
There's no
It's literally impossible.
Okay, anyway, I'm, like, moving around a lot. I'm really antsy. So, basically, he couldn't defend himself. I mean, no one could. But that was, like, the biggest issue. It's like, why would you bring it up if you couldn't defend yourself or if you didn't have an excuse ready? Kind of situation, you know? The next one is that he's bilingual. This is, like, a really obscure one that I was thinking about. Is that because most bilingual people are incredibly intelligent, and being in Japan and being able to speak English and Japanese means that he could be getting ties and more information, not just about the students, but about other organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna's
That's a bit of a loose end there. A bit of a...
It is a loose end, but it does show his high intelligence.
Breaking the bottom of the barrel.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, this is why I'm, like, so in between, because I agreed with some of Bree's points, and it's like, you have some points too. It's just like, fuck.
I'm not even done. I'm actually going to cut some of these because Bree covered them and I already counted them. But because of that high intelligence, it means he is capable of doing things that you wouldn't think he's capable of. He's very aloof as a character, and that goes into the erratic behavior that he does have. He can go. He goes back and forth, especially when he's around Azawa, looking at the sports festival.
So a good point that I do want to bring up while we're discussing the traitor that we should have brought up earlier. What would the traitor get out of this? Like, what would Present Mike get out of this?
I'm getting there. I have that written down.
Huh?
I have that written down.
Okay. For Present Mike or for everyone else?
For Present Mike.
No one else?
Well, no, because here's the thing. Nezu, the only thing he would get out of it is the revenge towards humans.
Yeah.
With quirks.
Aizawa would get basically nothing out of it.
Because here's the thing. We all know it's not fucking Aizawa. But with Present Mike, and I'll go into that now since you brought it up. What he already is in the public eye. He's used to that fame, but that could also be a motivator for being the traitor because he could get further. He could become not just a Japanese household name, but a worldwide name. You know?
Yeah.
So that could be a motivator. He could get that fame. It might be the negative attention, but it's still attention nonetheless. Money is king, so is power. And his quirk is incredibly dangerous. Like, we can't ignore that. We cannot ignore his fucking quirk.
Well, most of the heroes are. Their quirks are really dangerous.
Right, but not as...
Endeavor.
Wait, fuck it. Okay, listen.
Endeavor is a traitor!
No. The thing with... I mean, technically.
Oh, spoilers! Okay, keep going.
Bree's like, okay,
I didn't even hear what she said.
It's Hawks is the traitor.
And I was like, basically.
Manga spoilers.
Okay. But, shit, what was I saying? Oh, his quirk. His quirk is loud, and he can, like, modify it, but think about when he was younger, he could have probably been outcasted for not having control. It says, I don't remember if this was in the manga or the anime, I think it was both, that when he was born, he caused the doctors, the nurses, and his parents' ears to bleed right when he was born. Mm-hmm. And right from that moment, he could have been outcasted.
I can see that.
Rihanna, say your argument, because you're just... I'm getting a lot of...
I don't know, because, like, you guys make, like... I'm just thinking, because you guys make good points. I don't know if I see it.
I hope...
No.
The issue is that I do see it, but as someone who really likes Present Mike and his concept and wish he gets more time, I don't want to see it. You know?
But like, I do like the idea of him being the traitor. Not gonna lie.
So do I. Oh, so do I. I am
Okay.
absolutely in love with the idea of him being the traitor, but at the same time, I'm selfish and I don't want him to be. And I actually and because of I'm so back and forth with he probably isn't and he probably is. I couldn't rank him on my scale because
I think for this one though, I'm leaning more toward yes.
But are we all leaning more towards yes? As sad as this is,
I'm still leaning towards no.
Really?
Really, I'm gonna put him down as a maybe on our
like,
list.
Here's the thing. It's like, I mean, there's one thing that I can
Or
never
you have
account
to choose
for.
a traitor. There has to be someone.
There has to be someone.
I have one that I believe it's not on this list though. It's for next week.
Oh.
I have someone
Next
I'm
week.
absolutely convinced.
Wait, is it someone I have written down? Because I've only written down 6 people so far.
No, it was the one I told you to add that you haven't added yet.
Yeah. Okay.
No, like, okay, so like, I do get back and forth, and I kind of go back and forth. I could see it happening. I'm not saying absolutely it's not going to happen, but there's one thing that I cannot rule out, and like, I'm gonna give this as a straight like, don't hold me to this, because he could totally pull a fucking Aizen from Bleach, where like he's acting like the super nice guy and everybody loves
Wait,
him,
Bleach spoilers! Bleach spoilers!
It
That
literally
show's been out
happens
for like
season
20 years.
1.
They can't.
It happens season 1. No, it's season 2. Sorry, it happens season 2. Come on, like everybody knows Aizen.
I've never seen an episode of Bleach in my entire life.
Okay, well, Aizen's a traitor. Next.
Quite literally, quite fucking literally, actually.
I
He's,
knew
like,
that.
one of the main bad guys, but he acts super, super nice the entire time, and then like literally, like I loved Aizen as a character when I first met him in Bleach. I was like in love with him, and then he turned out to be the villain. And
okay, so Deku's the traitor.
No. The whole point is that this doesn't like, even though like we can weigh the pros and cons.
Not my boy.
Poor Deku, he's getting dragged.
Where's Bakugo when you need him?
We can weigh the pros and cons as much as we want. Like, if I were to have weighed the pros and cons of Aizen being the villain in Bleach, he would have been so on the definitely not the villain the entire time until the moment he switched.
So it is All Might.
So it could potentially no.
No, I get your argument though. Like I see
no
what
matter
you're
how
saying.
much I
Traitor,
weigh
you guys.
this, there's the potential that I could be just completely fucking wrong, because he could completely be faking everything we think we know about him. But I still lean towards the no, he's not the traitor, just because of what we have seen of his character.
Oh my god, I have a
just
theory
think he
for All
has
Might.
too
Hold on,
much
I need to
to
write this
lose.
down.
I
have a
just
theory
think
for
he
All
has
Might.
too much
Where's my
to
pen?
lose. But from a writing standpoint, him being the traitor would be really good.
Hey guys,
Yes.
I have an All Might traitor theory.
No,
Oh god.
not my other boy.
It's actually a really good one, and it would make sense, but kind of.
Okay. So as of right now, it's 2 for kinda yes, and then Bree is still pretty much a no.
I put it as
I'm a kind of no.
I put a maybe leaning yes.
Okay.
Sounds about good.
Kind of like me with my sexuality. I don't know. I'd be really sad if President Mike was a traitor, but also really excited because I'm a slut for President Mike traitor. I use.
God damn it.
Did you guys hear my Amazon?
What'd you say?
I was like, I'm a slut for President Mike AUs. And that means my parents will now hear that on the recording part.
Okay.
That's great. That's
All right. Please
forever.
tell me it's Monoma next. Is it?
No.
It was 13.
13.
Fuck.
Alright,
No,
so
Monoma's the last one.
No, that's a no for 13 for me immediately.
Well, because here's the thing.
We haven't fucking seen them since season 1!
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to explain something.
Or in the manga!
The only reason I put 13 down is so we could just say collectively no.
Yeah, I
So
literally have fucking nothing towards 13 being the traitor.
Yeah.
I literally wrote in the notes, I got nothing.
I put no.
I got nothing. Nah.
I put no.
Literally, we haven't seen them since the incident, and that's it. We've never heard them again, or...
They died. Confirmed. Not actually confirmed. They're alive and well. Well, it's like the same thing for a character we'll be talking about next week, or whenever, however this goes up. I put null because it doesn't make sense. And for All Might, I did put null, but then I just thought of something and it makes sense, so it's no
Not
longer...
discussing him today.
No, I'm just really hyped
We
to
have to,
discuss.
we have to stay on track.
Alright. Monoma.
No, it's-
Monoma.
No,
Monoma.
Aoyama.
Ah, God damn it!
Who's Aoyama again? Why did I just blank on who that? Never mind, I know who that is now.
Oh my god!
Can't stop twinkling.
How do you forget
Yes.
Mr. It's a secret.
Oh,
I love that. That's like my
Guys,
favorite.
Aoyama is basically just
Do
a
you want to know
Tamaki
where it was?
knockoff.
Do you guys? Okay, so do you guys remember the chapter when it was at the end of one of the chapters where it shows fucking Aoyama staring into Deku's window?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everyone at that point, because that's around the time when we found out about him forgetting about the traitor, or like the traitor thing started to become popular again.
Yeah,
Everyone thought Aoyama was the traitor just because of that one fucking panel and how mysterious and weird he was being. Turns out it was nothing. So I think it's a no for me for Aoyama.
I actually have some reasons for him.
I have some as well.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I like to point out the fact that he's just a knockoff Tamaki from Oron. This has been on my chest for a while, and it's really hard for me to admit, but I'm not wrong on that. That's the one thing I know for sure. Okay, so I have like some reasons as to why, and this kind of goes back to what we were saying about, okay, we're also with most of these people, we're ruling out the fact that their family could be held hostage or whatever. Something's being held above them. With Aoyama, I feel like something is being held above him because he's a fucking coward.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing is that he's a coward.
Doesn't he come to admit to that when he talks to Deku? Like he kind of comes to terms with it. Like doesn't he talk about what happened at the training camp with Deku?
Yes, but just because he's talked about it doesn't mean he's not the traitor. He could, like I said, he could be supplying information. Well, actually, I haven't said this yet. I'm going to say it now. He could be supplying information to someone not knowing where it's going because something's being held over his head. That's why when he sees Dabi, well, he thinks Dabi sees him or whatever it is. He thinks that, holy shit, something bad or something worse is already happening. He has that look like this isn't what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
What I put down for him for reasons he could be the traitor is he's like a really confusing character. Like we don't really know much about him at all.
But we know a lot about him at the same time.
He has some sort of French lineage and like he has a really bad fake accent. He was completely missing during USJ. Like it's pointed out in a drawing that was included in those chapters of the manga that he and Invisible Girl were missing during the USJ attack. And when he tries to, when someone asks where he was, he goes, "It's a secret." Of course, that can be written off as just because of the fact that he is a notorious coward from what we've seen. He could have easily just been hiding, and that's why he didn't.
I like how Deku's more braver. That's great English. I like how Deku's braver than him.
Well, I mean, Deku's
Shout out to my soft baby boy.
Deku's the protagonist. That's why.
Deku's like a true hero at heart. That's why.
You wanna know who's a true hero at heart? Razorhead.
He also hid during the training camp arc, and was ignored by Dabi. Like Dabi, I'm pretty sure, at least from what it looks like in the manga and the anime, it looks like Dabi saw him. So why didn't Dabi do anything?
Because he got distracted and decided he wasn't worth fighting.
That could be
that could be that.
It could be.
But the thing is, if Dabi knows that's who's supplying them information, why would he attack the one person supplying him information?
Yes. However, the alter to that is why the fuck was Aoyama so scared? Like,
because
it could go either ways. It could go either way. He also did sort of stalk Izuku after the
but that was nothing. That was nothing though.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm giving the reasons, and he actually does seem to have a superiority complex. I was reading up on this because of how insecure he is. He has a bit of a superiority complex of thinking he's greater than everybody else. So it could.
When he's not.
He could push towards being villainous, but when it comes to like my reasons against him being the traitor, he definitely does seem to just be a coward, which would explain USJ and the training camp. It turned out the secret he knew about Izuku was just about his quirk being harmful to himself. He's really insecure about his own abilities, and he did actually shoot at Mr. Compress to try to save Bakugo at the end of the training camp. So it goes back to
but you did manage to save one person at least, Tokoyami.
Yeah, my internet keeps crapping out.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're good now. I have to wiggle some wires.
But yeah, so I mean, so the only reason I would see him as a traitor is if there was something being held over him. If not, I won't see it at all. So he's a maybe.
Okay.
He's a maybe, leaning more toward no.
No.
For me.
I'm with that.
Ditto.
If it's revealed that he has something being held over his head, I could easily see it. But as of what we know
JK.
right now.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he.
But what would they hold over him though? Because we don't know much about him. But
that's the point. It could be his family. It could be the fact that he knows he's a coward and they have threatened to hurt him severely.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep in mind, he's an incredibly vain character. And what's the worst thing that could happen to someone who's vain? They lose their beauty. They could have threatened him.
Something I just remembered. So after the training camp incident, didn't the teachers go to all the students' homes and see their parents and stuff? Yeah. So the hero, they would have seen Aoyama's parents or whoever he's with and just,
What if Aoyama's dad is all for one?
Okay, that's a stretch.
That's a little bit of an ass pull there.
That's saying that all for one.
Look something up real quick.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Can we talk about the double data you where all for one is Deku's dad?
Oh my god.
My favorite AU. That is my favorite AU.
With the traitor thing.
Hey, hold on. I'm looking something up about Aoyama's parents because I kind of remember seeing his mother.
I'm pretty sure I saw it. I mean, it could be like them holding his parents hostage in a way, like they don't know. It's just we know your family and we'll kill them if you don't. Like they may not know they're being held hostage. It could be. I don't know. I could see it being
I hate
him,
his hero
but
name.
as of what we know right now, I still lean towards no. There's not.
Can it just be him because I hate his name? His hero name?
Oh my god, his hero name is the worst.
Can't stop twinkling. I hate his outfit.
I will admit is better than Lord Explosion Murder.
No, I'm here for King Explosion.
I swear to God, if his
Lord
name doesn't
Explosion
end
Murder.
up being freaking Ground Zero.
Oh wait, can we talk about something really
care if that's not canon, I want it to be.
I saw a tweet the other day that someone was like, I don't like the name Ground Zero for Bakugo because what if somebody's family was in 9/11? And I was like looking at it, I'm like, Ground Zero refers to any disaster zone. Any disaster zone, not just 9/11.
Where it started,
and this takes place in Japan. People don't think about 9/11 in Japan.
And wait,
a weird tweet. What the fuck?
No, I thought I sent it to you guys. But anyway, it's like, what year is this even set in? That's what I want to know. Modern, because there's still a flip phone at Uraka and her broke-ass self.
Well, the others
flip phones are really common with Japanese students.
No, everyone has a flip phone except for Uraka.
No, everyone has a smartphone except for Uraka.
That's what I said, right?
You said everyone has a flip phone except for Uraka.
I thought Todoroki has like a flip phone.
No, he has a smartphone. I can't find anything about
my understanding of it is basically it's like an alternate universe that takes place in the modern day. So our current time just
like 2010s-ish.
2010s
type of thing.
So like now. Hey, did you guys see that it says, okay, sorry. Aoyama was born in France and he has an unnamed mother and unnamed father. So technically his parents could be gone. Anyway, I digress.
All right.
So
Monoma.
Yeah.
No,
also, wait, flip phones are coming back. I just saw one for sale today, and it was really weird.
My dad was using a flip phone.
They never left
4 years ago.
I hate that.
They never left. That's why.
My first phone was a flip phone, and it was when the iPhone 5 just came out.
My first phone was a Galaxy Core Prime.
Oof.
My first phone was a flip phone.
And that was my freshman year, and I'm a senior now.
Flip phones.
Okay. We need to talk about
Pet Cheetah.
Nina.
Pet Cheetah.
What did you call her?
A pet cheetah.
I keep hearing Pet Cheetah when people say her name.
Ashido.
At the 21 Pilot song. Pet Cheetah. Cheetah.
Oh,
I want to talk.
Ashido, no for me.
Why?
Because I like her backstory in the manga and I don't see her as a traitor.
Aw, that's biased.
Her
But
and
same.
Kirishima's. Oh, I love the whole thing with Kirishima too. Like
I know.
I just don't see her as a traitor unless again it's the same thing. Honestly, I think if it was any of the students, it'd be something being held over them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If it was any of the students.
Except for fucking Monoma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, except him. We'll get to that. Oh, we'll get to that bastard.
I tried coming up with stuff for why Mina would be
I
the
couldn't.
traitor.
I couldn't.
Couldn't find anything other than the potential that something's being held over her head. But even still, I find it really hard to believe even that would turn her to being a traitor. The only pro I could see in her being the traitor is just the fact that everyone likes her. That's fans and people UA, so it would be a big blow. That's the only possible thing I can see leaning towards her being the traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing with popular characters, that we have to keep in mind that there might be that twist, that Bleach twist, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
That
Aizen on us.
Yeah, the fact that he is, well, think about Aizen, that all those characters who are popular would be a major hit to the fandom, a major, major hit to the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that.
Yeah. But everything else goes against her being the traitor. She's amiable, doesn't have any obvious personality traits that would make her seem like a villain sympathizer. If anything, completely against it. Like, she stopped bullying in middle school. She protected students from a villain attack in middle school. Hell, she inspired Kirishima to a certain extent for him to make himself better so that he could become a hero.
Yeah.
And then it would just seem so out of place if she ended up being the traitor without a very good reason. It would just kind of be like bad writing, unless of course, like we were talking about, it turns out to be an Aizen situation. But
yeah, we can't ever predict what a writer is going to do. They could make bad decisions like that, and
bad decisions.
Well, bad decisions that fans think are bad decisions. The writer could think it's an amazing idea, you know.
Recent chapters. Okay, so officially all of us are pretty much against the idea of Mina being the traitor unless there's a significantly good reason, like she's being blackmailed or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, time for your boy, Rihanna. You can go first.
I fucking hate him. I think he's the traitor.
Why?
Damn.
Why?
I don't like Monoma. Like, he's never really had much significance in a show. Like, I never remember seeing him care that much for his class. Like, he cares in a competitive way, but not in a different way. He just, as a character, I just don't like him that much.
That's not a good enough reason, but okay.
Oh, especially in the latest chapters. Ooh.
Okay, no, I saw some of the shit he's done. I'm like, boy.
Ooh, what he said about Bakugo, I don't even like Bakugo like 100%, but I like Bakugo more than I like Monoma, and that's saying something. So I don't really have any like good arguments. I just don't like him.
I have some pretty good arguments for and against.
Go ahead and go, because I forgot to write mine down, and I'm quickly typing them.
Okay, so I'm going to go with my reasons why I think he is before I say the theory that I found 2 nights ago.
Don't say the theory until I can get my words in.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so first, this is a long fucking list. There's a lot of reasons I think this could be it.
Wait, how long is your list? Can you give us
1,
like
2,
how many
3,
lines?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 9 bullets, but then I have the theory, which is 4.
9 bullets? That's a lot of people to kill.
All right.
You know what Monoma wants to do, so I mean.
So, Monoma's really disdainful towards 1A. Like, he just
extremely like
he's very, very, very angry towards them. He wants 1B to be better, and he thinks they're better, and doesn't like all the attention that 1A gets. He also seems to have a superiority complex. He's very rude. He's well known too. Like, it's not like he's just one of those characters that completely sits off to the side and no one ever sees. Like, even though he doesn't have much of a role per se, he shows up a lot.
He shows up.
Is he the class president for Class B?
No, that's the girl.
That's right.
And he's well known, so it would make more sense versus characters that we never see. It wouldn't necessarily be a huge blow to the fandom if he were, but I feel like it would be a satisfying reveal regardless.
I think it would, because there's a lot of people that like him, surprisingly.
See, I kind of like him, but to me, it would also seem completely plausible for him to be the traitor. So
well, people will start liking him once the parts in the manga that are happening right now, once they get animated and more people see it, they're definitely gonna start liking him more.
Oh yeah.
Because of like the class versus class things like that. Oh god, what if that's what's setting it up?
That's what I've been thinking.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
That's what I was saying when you guys were saying, well, Horikoshi probably hasn't written it. I'm like, I don't know. If it's going the direction it seems to be going with certain characters, they might have already started being written into this recent arc.
Fuck.
So yeah, it would be a satisfying reveal, even though like he's not necessarily a loved character per se. Enough people do like him, and even those who don't like him, I still feel like they wouldn't be like, oh, that doesn't feel like a good enough choice for the traitor. I feel like he would be a good choice for the traitor, regardless of how many people hate him. He has expressed disdain and anger while talking to Shinso in the recent arc about how hard it is for people like him to become a hero because of the nature of his work.
Hasn't he been spiteful toward his own classmates before?
Yeah, he's been spiteful to basically everyone.
I haven't seen anything towards his classmates, and I don't know if maybe that appeared in manga somewhere else that I didn't see. Like I said, like I didn't see basically the first.
Maybe it's just me generalizing being pissed at him. It could be that.
Because I actually checked the wiki, and it is even said that he has expressed extreme concern and care for his own classmates. 1B, he seems to care about, and that's not just in the recent arc. In general, other than the fact that he's a little shithead, but like, he does seem to actually care about them. But I'll get to that. Also, there's a lot of like speculation like about how one of the students would end up being a traitor when it comes to like the camp arc, because I believe they didn't have their phones. They weren't allowed to have their phones. So how would they have told the villains where they were at? Well, his quirk is he's able to copy a quirk. All he had to do was bump into Kaminari, and he can send a signal.
Yeah.
I don't remember Monoma being present that much at the training camp, in the anime at least.
Not in the anime, he was there. All of them were there.
Yeah.
Also, his class wasn't the one attacked at the USJ, so it kept himself out of harm's way. And if he does actually care about his class, he kept his class out of harm's way.
Yep.
And because he knows everything about class 1A too, so he knows about Bakugo, he knows their quirks.
Mm-hmm. Also,
well, everyone knows their quirks.
That's true.
He was the only member of Class B to fail the final exams. How the fuck he's the only one that managed to fail when I'm pretty sure they were all paired up? I don't know. But he was the only one to fail. And although
that would keep him out of firing range of the
except for the only snag in that is Dobby still tried to attack them. But
Aizawa.
No, Dobby did not technically attack them. Technically, there was enough restraint.
True.
But he was attacking for the sake of distracting them, because they knew Bakugo wasn't there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they did, at least.
I did look this up because I wanted to check to make sure I wasn't overestimating him, because to me it seems like it's totally possible he could have passed the final exams with his quirk. Now, I did actually look up the rating on the wiki, and he does have a very low power rating and speed rating, I think it was, but his intelligence and technique are both 5 out of 5. Yeah. So I do think he could have probably passed the final exam if he wanted to. So the question is whether he just actually legit failed, or if he chose to fail because he knew that the villains would be attacking. Because originally they were never supposed to be there in the first place. The people who failed were never supposed to be at the training camp. Yeah. So that would. So he
could have just assumed that, he wasn't going, so that would have further removed himself. Yeah. So that would actually English language. That would actually be a pretty good reason as to why he could be the traitor. He thought that he wasn't going to be there, and then all of a sudden his plans got fucked with.
And that could also explain why Dobby ended up actually attacking them, too.
Yeah.
If Dobby didn't know they were going to be there.
Yeah.
Just put it in out there.
Throwing that out there.
My counters for this, though, though he dislikes 1A's popularity, he does actually seem to care about and encourage his classmates in 1B, and seems to really care about UA as well. He expresses concern about how 1A always gets into trouble, which in turn puts the school in trouble and in danger. So even though he seems like a little shithead, he does also seem to
my counter to that is that, yeah, that can be fine for him to care about his own class because his class isn't the target. Like the school, the goal for the villains is not really the school specifically, right? It's just kind of All Might.
Hero society in general.
Yeah, so I don't know. That could be, because I don't know if they want to take down the school specifically, but
no, I think here's the thing. They probably do want to take down the school because it's producing more and more heroes.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're following, and those who follow more of sane ideology,
The Lord and Savior.
they don't necessarily want that specifically, because they're like, okay, well, they're just pumping out these people who are literally doing it for the money, for the most part. Or doing it for the fame rather than for the fact of being an actual hero, like, Bakugo, maybe Todoroki, and
Todoroki.
Unlike Uraraka, who's just straight up like, yeah, no, I'm doing this for fucking money.
No, but she changed her mind.
Recent arc.
Yeah. But yeah, so my opinion on Monoma being a traitor, yes.
Okay.
I think we're all kind of inconsistent with a yes.
Becca, did you have any other facts about Monoma's possibility?
No, because you fucking said everything, and I hate you.
Okay, well, I've got a theory, though. Okay, so I have a theory. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of stuff pops up in my recommended for theories about different things about different animes I watch. And I found a theory. I'm going to give credit. This was by the YouTube channel Anime Balls Deep. Love her name. I actually watch their videos a lot. They're pretty good. But they have this theory. I don't remember what the title of it was called. But they had this theory that Monoma is the traitor. But here's the reason why. They had a theory that Monoma is the son or / failed experiment of All for One.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw this theory, and I'm here for it.
I never considered that.
Just think, okay, I'm gonna go off for a bit because I have heard this theory. Because think about it, what's All for One's quirk? He can take other people's quirks. Monoma can borrow quirks. I take that term lightly, but he takes them for a short amount of time, even though. Wait, can they still use their quirks? Why am I blanking on this? Yeah, even though they can still use it. So he could have been trying to create a successor, but it just didn't work.
Exactly. He was supposed to be the successor, but he was a failed experiment, if you will. So, All for One chose Shigaraki. We still don't know much about their relationship other than they seem to actually genuinely care about each other in some way.
Actually, we know quite a bit if you read into it.
True. So this could, if Monoma were, say, the son of All for One, he probably would have been upset by the fact that he wasn't chosen as the successor, so he enrolled in the hero course as a way to prove himself and do it himself by usurping the issues, becoming the traitor, telling the villains what's going on, things like that. I don't necessarily, see, here's the thing, I like this theory a lot. It would make a lot of sense, but I don't know if I believe it. It would kind of feel a little out of left field.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch for considering what the series is. There's been no mention of All for One having a failed successor, at all, or anyone before Shigaraki. But then again, we don't know much about how All for One came across Shigaraki. And I was just Nana's grandson of all people. How did he get a hold of him? We never learned about that.
Because something happened to his family that he was with. That is explicitly the scene you see when they're meeting. He has been abandoned, or something has happened, and no hero had come to save him.
But why would All for One grab him?
Because
there's probably thousands of kids that are like that.
The theory behind that is the fact that Shigaraki probably caused the issue with his quirk.
That was what I was thinking.
That his quirk manifested, and he caused the destruction. But the issue is Shigaraki that much older than...
How old is Shigaraki? Holy
It's
fuck,
not
I never knew
confirmed. I hate it. It's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed. He's
It
young.
says, yeah.
We know
yeah,
that.
all we know is that he's young, but he looks older than
the kids.
The kids. And if that's the case, then it wouldn't make sense. Why would have All for One gone through to make another successor?
You could probably calculate it, because if he's Nana's grandson...
In theory, Nana's grandson would be about the student's age.
But older. Or a little bit older.
So, like I don't know if I believe that theory, per se, that Monoma is All for One's son. But I did think it was a really interesting theory. It would definitely be really cool to see it happen.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It would have to be, there'd have to be more written into the story before that reveal came about for any of us to be able to believe it.
But here's the thing. I don't think people would be surprised if it got confirmed.
I would be.
I wouldn't. He's that person I'm expecting to be the traitor for sure. He's that one in my mind. I have no doubt that if it were to be him, I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either, honestly. I still don't quite believe 100% that it's him, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Wait, I just thought of another flaw. If Monoma thought he wasn't going, that means he wouldn't know the location of where the camp was.
He'd still know.
The kids didn't know.
That's right.
The kids didn't even know until they got there.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that points us towards it. Wait, hold on.
That just blows a bunch of holes in all of our theories. We forgot about that.
It has to be a teacher then. Holy crap!
Well, that's that, or it has to be somebody who had access to a phone.
Yeah.
So
Rebecca, you mentioned that he can copy Kaminari's quirk, or who was someone else that could communicate? That one girl with the telepathy.
That was one of the.
That was one of the Wildcats.
Oh yeah.
I just
said Wildcats. What team? Wildcats.
Oh God. Oh
We're
yikes.
all in
No. Okay, no. I want to say this. I'm gonna say this for the episode where we do Kaminari and Jiro, because I have a really those two definitely I have a thing for. But it's everyone ships.
I still have a thing for about Invisible Girl, about Toru.
I like Kaminari and Shinso, but that's just me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. We digress.
You haven't even gotten to that in the manga yet.
We haven't. Did we consider Shinzo being a traitor?
No. Yes, he's gonna be in an episode. Trust me.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest.
It's so improbable. It's so improbable.
I can see it though.
I can't.
I can't.
He can't read people's thoughts.
For the same fucking reason that we just had an issue with Monoma being.
You know what? Now that I have
a training arc.
So as of right now, we have come to the consensus that out of the seven characters we've discussed today, that Nezu, Aizawa. Fuck, I had a stroke. And Mina are a definite no for characters to us that would be the traitor. We have Present Mike and Aoyama and Monoma as a maybe, with Mike and Monoma being more to a yes of a maybe, and Aoyama being leaning towards a no. In the second episode, which would be up roughly a week or so after this one, depending on how much editing it needs, we will be going over Vlad King, Midnight, Recovery Girl, Sue, Ida, Ochako, and Toru. So Invisible Girl, because I can't say her last name. So that's what the plan is.
Got a shit ton of stuff for Invisible Girl. Be prepared.
I have a shit ton of stuff for Ochako. But anyway, that's besides the point. If you guys have anything, some of you comment, hello. If you guys have any theories for any of the other characters we have not yet covered, or even characters we are covering or have covered, let us know, because I think towards the end of this, we might go back through our top, 6 it'll probably end up being, and recover points that we may have missed, because there will be updates by that point.
And there'll be more in the manga.
And there'll be that. Yeah, that's my point. There'll be more in the manga, so we'll be able to look into it more and be like, holy crap, this thing just happened. I just did the Will Smith presenting thing. But that's the plan for the next episode. If you like this, subscribe, do that thing. We have the bell notification. I don't know why I'm pointing. And check out our Instagram, NMA Productions.
Fucking good.
Wait, is it NMA Productions?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, at NMA Productions or at our personal Instagrams, which will be in the description down below. We also have this on SoundCloud, and if you just want to help us out, let us know. Send us a DM. We're all nice and we're all open to talk theories.
Slide into our DMs.
Slide into our DMs. We're lonely girls. Lonely girls. Looking us for a husbando, and I'm looking for a husbando or waifu. Anyway, so that's that. And I don't know how to end it. So I want to turn it over to Rihanna because she hasn't done anything.
Ah! Well, I want to thank you guys for listening, and tune in next time for an ASMR video. No, just kidding. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, and thanks y'all for listening.
Y'all.
Bye.
Bye.